I'm Pete Wright.
And I'm Andy Nelson.
Welcome to the next reel. When the movie ends,
our conversation begins.
Unforgiven is over. I'll see you in hell, will you, Munny?
Step over to the office and get the bullwhip.
A whipping? That's all they get after what they've done? Get out of there!
It was a matter of honor.
They're paying $1,000 to whatever kills the two boys that cut up Delilah.
In a time when lawmen were killers.
What are y'all looking at?
You English, Bob?
Outlaws were heroes.
Well, I thought that you were dead.
Hell, I even thought I was dead. Till I found out it was just in Nebraska.
And a bad reputation.
You're the one who killed William Harvey and robbed that train over Missouri?
Was as good as gold.
My guess is you're calling yourself Mr. William Munny.
Say what?
You don't look no meaner than hell, cold-blooded damn killer.
I ain't like that anymore, kid.
$1,000 reward, Will.
Nobody's gonna come.
So you still have that Spencer rifle, huh?
Yeah. He's my partner. He don't go, I don't go.
What's it come to 3 ways?
Just because we're going on this killing, that don't mean I'm going to go back to being the way I was.
Are you really gonna kill them cowboys?
I do not like assassins. Or men of low character. We ain't bad men no more. We're farmers.
You're a lot of savages! A bunch of bloody savages! Assassins!
Well, I guess they have it coming.
We all have it coming, kid.
Some legends will never be forgotten. Some wrongs can never be forgiven.
Any man don't want to get killed. Better clear on out the back.
Unforgiven.
Andy, we're doing Unforgiven. It's weird. It feels like we've done this movie to me before. I watched it and I looked through our database because I was convinced we had already talked about it. What's that about, do you think?
I am not sure. It makes me laugh. But, you also think we've talked about Poltergeist before, so.
Remember that we did that show. The more we talk about it, the more I'm rewired to believe we actually did it.
You live in a permanent Berenstein universe, don't you?
I'm Berenstein-ained. So we think of Unforgiven. And I should say, I want to shout out to our dear friend and a member of our community, Nick Langdon, who recommended the other Unforgiven.
True.
Which I'd never seen or heard of.
But you ended up watching as well?
You bet your sweet Pippi I did.
I would never have known.
I like that we're still perseverating on that. That's good. It's a good reminder for me.
It's a movie podcast. We have a movie community. Yet you're going to pull your feed.
I logged it. I did log it. It's not in the feed right now. I got a lot to catch up to. Okay, enough about me. What did you, let's talk about your thoughts on Unforgiven.
Yeah, so we're here. This is the final member bonus episode of our final episodes for our 13th season, looking at the 1993 Academy Awards for Best Film Editing, ending with this. And when the members voted on this particular series, we had asked them to kind of pick, throw some ideas out for a possible 5-parter as far as series. And this is the one everybody voted on. And I don't know if it's because, I don't know if it was a particular list of the films that were included, Basic Instinct, The Crying Game, A Few Good Men, The Player, and this. Was it the films themselves that attracted people? Was it just these are films that people had heard of? I don't know, but it certainly is a lineup of the sorts of films I think that Hollywood used to put out that were very popular. And now I feel like a lot of the films that Hollywood puts out are the big blockbusters, and they're more concerned about that and all these little, I don't know if Unforgiven exactly fits into that, but Westerns, I think certainly it's a type of genre that has come and gone, and it ebbs and flows as far as popularity. And this one hit at a point when Westerns had they'd kind of died a little bit. And then, there was Silverado in the 80s, and there were a few things. And then Dances with Wolves seemed to kind of bring it back. That was kind of the rebirth of Westerns in 1990. And this was certainly riding the tide of that. And with Clint Eastwood very versed in, the world of Westerns, having really kind of started his career in Westerns, it seemed fitting that this would fit into that kind of rebirth of these Westerns, many of which were very revisionist at this point. I mean, he was already making revisionist Westerns with some of the stuff they did in the 70s and everything. And so here we are with this film, which came out after Dances with Wolves, before a number of other Westerns, before Westerns kind of waned again. And maybe partly because of this film, I don't know. This film, I think, it was a big success at the box office. It was a big surprise. I don't know if it's a surprise, but it was a big welcoming back for people to see Eastwood in a Western, which people long had loved. We've talked about the Man with No Name trilogy. We've talked about Pale Rider and Outlaw Josie Wales. We haven't talked about High Plains Drifter, but there's a lot of Westerns that Eastwood has been involved with, either acting in or directing and starring in. And to see him come back in this role, which very much is kind of a later in life Western with an older man who had been a villain. I mean, he had kind of been the villain in a lot of those other films. And here he had kind of quit that life and decided to start anew, met the right woman who helped him come clean, basically, had some kids before she ended up passing away, his wife. And this is kind of this life of this broken old man living with all the sins that he had done. And I think to that end, the film ended up working quite well. And I remember seeing it I'm going to guess it was probably opening weekend with my friends. It was certainly that point in my life where we were, there was a movie theater close to campus. We'd always walk down and go see movies opening weekend. And it was jam packed, and it was very much an audience pleasing sort of film, watching all of this. And so I had a great time with it, and I've always loved it. It's one that always has stuck with me. And also, it's one that I saw before a lot of other Eastwood Westerns. And so I had seen, now that I think about it, had I seen the Man with No Name trilogy before this? I hadn't seen any of his other Westerns before this, but I may have only seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That might have been the only one of his films I'd seen of Westerns before this one. So, I don't know. So it stuck with me. I've always really appreciated it. And it's made me appreciate all of his other Westerns all the more.
I think I enjoyed it the first time I saw it, like seeing it in theaters. But I remember seeing it and hearing my dad tell me this is the best one. This is his favorite one. And I don't think I understood why until maybe very recently, like maybe this weekend.
Howdy, film aficionados. Andy here, and have I got a proposition for you. This is our July member bonus episode, part of our 1993 Academy Awards Best Film Editing Nominees series. Our members voted on this, and now we're saddling up to explore the gritty, unflinching revisionist Western classic, Unforgiven. Listen up, friend, because if you ain't a member yet, you're missing out on a wealth of exclusive content. Without membership, you're like a lone rider without a purpose, watching from a distant prairie homestead while everyone else is part of the wagon train rolling on by. But don't worry, because joining our group is as simple as signing up. As a member, you'll get access to monthly member bonus episodes like this one, where we explore more great films at length. You'll also get early access to all of our regular episodes completely ad-free in a special members-only feed. It's like having a seat at the table in the saloon, privy to the most engaging movie discussions around. But there's more. Many episodes come with exclusive pre-show and post-show chats available only to our dedicated members. You'll be part of the inner circle, with access to all the in-depth insights as if you're right there in the room with us. Everybody's part of our Discord community, but as a member, you get access to special members-only channels, swap stories, and share your thoughts with other film enthusiasts in a virtual space designed just for you, like gathering around the campfire after a long day on the trail. On top of all that, you get to watch our live streams as we record shows and even comment while we're recording. Your comments will shape our post-show discussions, making you an integral part of the conversation. Your input will help guide the direction of each episode, like a trusted scout helping to navigate the wilderness. And the best part, you get to vote on what films we discuss for our member bonus episodes. You'll be part of the decision-making process, choosing which movies get the spotlight. All of this is available not just for our show, but for all podcasts in the Next Reels family. The Film Board, Sitting in the Dark, Movies We Like, CinemaScope, and potentially more down the line. So what are you waiting for? Join our group and be part of something special. We've got the insights you crave and you won't want to miss out. Become a member today and let the movie exploration begin. Then you can tune into the full episode where we'll be discussing Unforgiven in all its thought-provoking depth. Just visit truestory.fm/join. It's just $5 a month or $55 a year. Remember, that's truestory.fm/join. The Next Reel. When the movie ends, our conversation begins.